Dumelang bomme le ntate le bontate ne re tlo kopa re atumele ke a utlwahala ka morago ne ke tlo kopa re atumele re dule fatshe para go ka ba mnate re tlatse ditulo from the front so that ba batlang after rona ba latele ha monate o hantle ka lebaka lena ke kopa fela ntate moruti motshweni and o tla re leader ka program ya rona for part A ebe re tla khutla hape ebe re
ngiyabonga program director ngiyanibingelela ngaphathi kwekhaya likababa Komape lapho ngempela sithe samenya nguThixo ukuze nathi sibe umndeni wakaKomape manje ekseni kwanamhlanje kulolu suku lokugcina sizothi masuka lapha ke siya ngaphakathi kulapho ke siyothandaza khona siyolanda khona lo mzimba ukuze uze ngapha ethendeni. Manje ngizocela kakhulu ke ngempela ingoma evela kithi. Yebo ngiyabona nomusic ukhona muhle kakhulu. Kodwa ngalesikhathi samanje fuze ke sibeni semthandazweni. Manje ngizocela ingoma ke. Sisonke siphakameni siyeni ngalendini ngengoma.
Somebody give him praise. It's worthy to be praised.
Ladies and gentlemen, help me to put your hands together as we welcome William Zacharia.
Ezulwini kulawula wena, emhlabeni kulawula wena. Izizwe zilawulwa nguwe, Nkosi yamakhosi, ngoba akekho ofana nawe, akekho ofana nawe, akekho ofana nawe, Nkosi yamakhosi, akekho ofana nawe, akekho ofana nawe, akekho ofana nawe, Nkosi yamakhosi, zonke izinto zilawula nguwe, zonke izinto zilawula nguwe, zonke izinto zilawula nguwe, Nkosi yamakhosi. Hallelujah. 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 Ngisathanda ukubingelela ngegama elihle lomfelo wami uJesu Kristu. Amen. Igama lami nguMathabo wakaMwahludi. Jehovah
Bluetooth disconnected. Paired. Bluetooth disconnected. Jehovah uzugcina impilo yami, uyigcina impilo yami, uphinde ukhusele umoya wakho, khusela umoya, oba mina ngizohamba jonge ngamaxesha onke. Amen. Amen. Hape ka lebitso le letle le nang le matla la Jesu Kristo. Ne ntse ke tshilo gore leina la ka ke Mathabo wa Hamwa. Ke tloko go sebedisana le lona today ka tshebetso ya ntate Komape. Ho na le baruti ba re thegileng, re tla be re tsamaisa le bona. In terms of the program right now, ke tlo kopa ntate moruti Motshweni a re bulele ka thapelo, and then a re fetisetse le molaetso hape.
Simani sonke sithandazeni. Wozani sithandazeni. Egameni likayise nelendodana nelomoya oyingcwele. Amen. Thixo somandla mdali wezulu nomhlaba, sisondela kuwe ekuseni kwanamhlanje ngaphathi kwaleli khaya lika Komape lapho kuyisikhathi sokugcina lapho siyothatha khona lo mzimba siwubeke endaweni yokugcina. Makube uwena kosihole usinikeza amandla Tigwazali ukuthi konke siyokwenza kungabi intando yethu kodwa kube intando yakho Tigwazali. Makube uwena Tigwazali ohlala ezindebeni zomndeni wonke oyothi ukhulume Tigwazali bakwazi ukufakaza ngabo ngendlela Tigwazali abathenga impela ke bamazi ngayo ke Tigwazali. Tigwazali anginawo umthandazo omude kuza lapho engazange ngifinyelele khona kube uwena ongihambela phambili kuze kube phakade. Amen. Ningahlala phansi nje. Ngalomzuzu ke ngaphakathi kwekhaya ningamangali ke kukhona enye othi ngikwehlise ngaphakathi kwenu. Usho ukuthi kukhona nabantu ababuya kude imindeni yonke ebuya kude efisa ukuthi ngempela naye ingambona before ngempela ke siqhubeka siyaphambili ke. Manje ke ngaleyo ndlela leyo ke ngempela ke nathi njengabafundisi siyavumelana ngempela sihambisana naye uprogram director ngoba naye ngempela ke unikeziwe umthetho ukuthi asiyacela ukuthi bambone babuya kude. Hayi mabambone ke bazothi uma sebaqedile ke bese konke ke sikudlusela kubo ke umndeni ngoba manje kuyisikhathi somndeni sokuthi bakhulume ngayo ukuthi bamazi kanjani. Kube yilo naloyo futhi uma nencwadi ngempela ke ayehlisele ngaphathi kwakhe ngoba isuku lokugcina ngeke nisaphinde nimbone ngamehlo wenyama kodwa niyombona ngani ngamehlo womoya. Ngokusho njalo ngithi ngiyabonga program director.
Moya wami, moya wami, kuhleke, kuhleke, moya wami, it is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. Kuhleke, kuhleke, moya wami, moya wami, kuhleke, 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 moya wami. Hariri, it is well. Hariri, it is well because dintho di etsahala ka the way re batlang teng. But Riri, it is well because Modimo o teng. When we say it is well, re feta ho dintho tse bohloko, ho dintho tse re sa di tlhalohanyeng, but re na le tsebo le tshepo hore Modimo o teng. As we are about to start our program, letla bona moloko fatshe, there is a scripture. It says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He restores my soul, he guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me." In my home language, sithi uJehova ungumenzi wami ngikukweswela. Even today I know you feel like kare ha hona modimo. O ikutlwa kare you are in lack. Swela. The moruti mabe swela ngeSotho yini. Wa hloka. How little. But Psalm 23 verse 1 says Jehovah sawaka. Haere motho, because I think modimo na tseba hore ka letsatsi le batho ba re ba ratang ba tla re siya. With that ke kopa the next speaker to come up to represent the family. Re kopile Ntate Jacob hore a tlo buela le leloko. Amen. Ke kopa pina coming from the floor. Ntate Jacob atla.
Ke a le dumedisa setšhaba sa ešo wa eme mo ke Jacob Monama, motho a robetseng o re kgobokane ka yena mo mamtlha ke motswala wa ka, ke ngwana wa malome. Tla thoma ka o amogela tafola ya baruti, ke amogela le motshwara marapo wa rena wa tšatši la kajeko. Ke leboa setšhaba ka moka le lena ke le amogela, ke re ke lena ditlhatsi tse le tlo tlhatsisa lang letšatši le la mmamotla gore Zacharia teacher Komape o re šiile. Ke tšatši la la bofelo re mo isa mo a o robalang ona. Ke leboa boitshwenyo ba lena o tla re thekga, o thekga le ba Komape le bana ba Komape. Aowa mokgalawe o lwala o lwetše, la e le gore o lwetše nakonyana e nyane, re be re sa gopola gore o tla re šia. Ke a leboa.
Ukholo lwami ndonyuka nalo, ukholo lwami ndonyuka nalo, ndilubambe ngesandla ndiyongena nalo ekhaya ezulwini. Bantu abadala yazi ngathanda senzeni. I think the news of the passing of Ubab Komape came ngeyi-1. But ngicela everybody else ongasumndeni ubaduduze, so that nabo babe namandla ukuyihamba lendlela noma sibashiya. Ukholo lwami ndonyuka nalo, ukholo lwami ndonyuka nalo, ndilubambe ngesandla ndiyongena nalo ekhaya ezulwini. Noma kunzima, noma kunzima, noma kuwenyuka, kodwa ukholo lwami ndiyongena nalo ekhaya ezulwini. Hayo matata ha modimo a le teng mathata hayo. Ha modimo a le teng mathata hayo. The next speaker that is going to come up, it's a speaker on behalf of the siblings. Abuti ya gagwe. Re kopa Ntate Komape atle ko pele a tlo re fa a few words. Ha ke mo bone. I think o kene ka hare. Modimo haliteng ha yo matata ha yo matata ha yo modimo haliteng ha yo matata ha yo matata ha yo modimo haliteng.
Program director. Nna ke Matsobane Komape. Mara re thoma ka hore ke lebohe baruti. Ke lebohe le setjhaba ka moka se se tlile mo o tlo re thekga. O tloela tšatši le le kule mokgoši hore e wele ka lenaka. Le tlile le re thekga from D1 le mba mo tlhalosantšang le re thekgile re a leboha. Thekgo ya lena e re file maatla and ke ka mokgwa o le nna ke kgona hore ke tle ke eme mo pele ya lena. Ha be se thekgo e be le re fa yona, a ke tshepe hore be ke tla kgona ho ema mo ke bolelle setjhaba. Mara ke leboha ka moka batho ba tswa kgole le Gauteng. Mara ke lebohe kudu le rangwane ya rena a kgonne ho fihla Mogalabe le bommane ya rena ba tsofetse ba tswa hae go kgola mara ba itshwentse batla. A senke ba re awa o na le di-COVID re ka se kgone ho tla. Ba itshwentse ba bona hore tshwantse ba bona le bona ba tlo bona hore tlhoho ya Komape e feletse kae. So re a ba leboha. And ke lebohe family ka moka. Ke lebohe di-colleagues tša yena abuti ya rena. Ke lebohe colleagues re ka le bona in the industry ba le ngwana. Ke lebohe le ngwana mo di kgone mo radi kwa mkhoshi le bona ba re ba tla ba tlo re thekga. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I had to talk to you about my brother, I'm a speaker. Other speakers will not be able to have an opportunity to say a word because I can say a lot about my brother. But it's important that I'm going to talk to you so that you know him. You don't just happen to be at a funeral of somebody you don't know. Because some of you, I know you have not met him before. Some of you have met him maybe some few years ago. I've grown up with that man. Myself and that man, if you will notice, you may think we are twins. Because he was older than me with 15 months only. Because he was only 15 months when I was born. So, you can just imagine that people sometimes they confuse us. Sometimes they don't know who's the elder. They thought it's me because I'm taller, he's shorter. You see, but when I lose, and also one important thing for people to know, because my brother has many names. I think it's important to give you history of his names, why he was called at different phases of his life with these different names. As we were growing, he was known as teacher. That was his name. And my mother was therefore called my teacher by everybody because my brother was called teacher. Why was he called teacher? And then I did ask because, you know, I normally want to understand why Limicha teacher? Because it's not his actual name. But no, Telechuka teacher Matsimel, onal teacher Ngowe Murata Kudubariki teacher Matsimel. So Baba Mutel like I never Micha teacher, Kauri teacher Matsimel Abamurat. But that was his name. Everybody knows him as teacher for many years. Now, as time goes by, you know, but he was full of jokes. Don't take it. He was not a serious man like me. I'm always serious sometimes. He was not serious. I remember when we first come to Tembisa from Eden Vale through the forced removal. We come to this township. It was just a row of houses, no fence, nothing, just grasses and houses. There was no shops where we could buy anything. This school was not here. There were 2 trucks which comes parked here in the middle of the field here. One Ribizaya Jom Changani, another one Ilya Maimel. That's where we were going to buy bread in a Panzer shop, sorry, because there was no shops. I assumed Jom Changani, Lima Imela, they come from Tindela, and the top lake in Tindela. That's where we come from. Harita move to here. I remember when we were going to that shop, you wouldn't see us because we were, you know, still very, very young, and the grass was very tall. We walked that path all the time, going to the sponsor shop, to and fro. Now, remember my brother was the elder of the 7 siblings. We had 4 boys and 3 girls. Unfortunately, my 2 younger brothers has preceded him. They passed some few years ago. And now is this brother of mine. Then it means Nintandani Amamtela. You see, I don't, somebody said this, Armara, you got girls. You see, what I'm going to talk to girls. Because there are certain things, both which you cannot chew with men if you are a man. You cannot chew them with ladies, they chew chicken bones. Then we want strong bones to chew together. So in other words, I'm saying, myself and that man, as we grow, there's a lot of things which happen. I remember Rangwani the other day. He stole the money. But we were both beaten for the money I don't know about. That man, he had to take out that money. You know where he has hidden it? That was my brother. But we're partners in crime. I have to forgive him. But very importantly, myself and my brother, unlike many other siblings, we never fought. I don't remember myself as we grow up. Never. It has never happened. I'll come to this name. Why now I call him Daigo, you see, so that there's no confusion. It's because as we were growing up, he liked playing soccer. We both played soccer. I was called Pele, he was called Daigo, but my name of Pele died along the, you know, it just fell in the wayside. Maybe I was not a serious soccer player like him. He had a very good dribbling skill. He was like Diego Maradona, then they call him Diego. Then it became his name. Now they are no longer calling him teacher, they call him Diego. My mother's name also is changing to become Mataigo. Because Diego is no longer, teacher is no longer known. We now know a new man called Diego, who was a you know, a soccer fanatic in other ways. He liked soccer, he played soccer, and he was very skillful man. We were staying in this house when it was not this one. That house which was a 4-room house. Where when we were sleeping, some of us will have to put the tables, chairs on top of the tables, others must sleep under those tables. And that it was. And if you check how many people in this house, we are accommodating many people, many families. For example, Borangwani by 2. It's not only this one. This is the last Rangwan. There was another Rangwan in Dangan. If you check on our house permit, they were like my father's sons because that's how they record them. On the permit, I still have that permit. They'll record them. Rangwan in Dangan was like a firstborn. Then followed by Papi. Then followed by Daigo. Then comes me. Then Virginia came. Then Onika. Then, sorry, not Virginia. Virginia, before Virginia, then Daniel come after me. Then there was Victor, then Virginia, Onika, then Anna. That permit is still reflecting those names. Because remember, many people were coming here, staying with us. Some, they will come and arrest them for not supposed to be here. You'll remember under apartheid, but our families will come and visit us from the hostels and so on. And they left to stay over sometimes, sleep over and so on, and we'll be crowded in the house. But every space is a space where we could sleep. And myself and my brother were fond of each other. Now, I was this people they call lumpen. It means I was those clevers who carry guns, sometimes carry knives. My brother was none of those. He was a karateka. He was none of those. He never in his life carried a knife in his pocket. I remember one day, we went up Momauti and Kodimu with some friends at night. And I asked them, I still don't forget that. I asked them specifically, guys, we're going there to this Stockfell. What if there's a fight? What are we going to do? But no, but that never happened. The fight broke, and which was not even my fight. I end up in the fight alone. And I beat the hell out of those guys. Then they chase me at night. I come running back home after I've assaulted one of them. As I was trying to explain the story to him, they hit the windows with bricks. My brother was not like a coward. He didn't waste time. He take an axe and go out to follow them. As they were throwing stones, he can't hide. He said, no, we are going, we are following them. He chased them. So he was very protective. There was no way you could beat one of my siblings while my brother was around or is nearby. That was not going to happen. And we, of course, having that unity, brother unity, solidarity as brothers. Now, but he was also one man who liked school, you know. Unlike me, I was troublesome. My brother liked school. And he was very talented, very clever, and intelligent. I was a troublemaker, of course. Not my brother. And that's why the name teacher, I think, was a nice name than even that one of Taigo. It was a name which was befitting the man who it was my brother. But as time goes by, we grow up. My brother started working at one stage at Simba. I was surprised they called my brother now Mutsamai. Heaven. Mutsamai is my brother. Yuan. My brother is not Mutsamai. I don't know that guy. Only to find that indeed it's my brother. His name is now Mutsamai. He's working at Simba. It's a new name. Now it's called Comrade Mutsamai. Now it means my brother, wherever he go, he like changing names. I don't know. You look at the situation. I don't know the name of Mzamai, what was the rationale behind it, but he was called Mzamai. Comrade Chair, they will talk here, the comrades who were working with him, and tell you about him when he was a worker as to what was happening and so on. But more importantly, I must say that when we grow up, sometimes we start detaching from one another because we think everybody must now take his own responsibility in life. My brother goes his own way, I go my own way. We see each other after some time. I'm going to try to be short because, like I said, if I can talk about my brother, I'll not finish. But what is disturbing me, which I think is important to share, is that life, life is nigh. That's not going to be interpreted. You must find out what does that mean. Life is nigh. This is what happened. My brother got married. But when that happened also, he signed with the woman who happened to be his wife at the time. I didn't know. I just learned after Rabba signed. How? You married, sign. I know you stay with somebody, but even signing, then that's another thing I didn't know. Then it means we are detaching from one another because we are taking decisions which are very serious decisions without involving me as your brother, without engaging with me. But life went on, I accepted it because they were staying together with that woman, who, of course, later has to give him two beautiful girls. Cynthia and Monkey, or Monkey and Cynthia. Monkey is the elder one. Now, as he was working at Simba, sometimes we meet with my brother during the negotiations because I was a trade unionist by choice. I was a trade union official. I was negotiating for workers, including Simba. Then I would meet with my brother, meet up in negotiations or in meetings at Simba. He will always tell people, Kimfanaka. Kimfanaka. He liked to say that. But what disturbed me is at one stage I learned that my brother was evicted from his house by so-called protection order. He had a big house. He was like a man where I was looking up to him. We are still staying in the 4-room house. My brother already had a big house in Ivory Park. And a big yard. And he liked gardening. There was a lot of trees in his yard. Thank you, my sister. Now, when I learned that my brother was evicted from his own house, that killed me. That killed me because I knew how hard it was. He's the only person who built that house. His wife was not working. She's never contributed to building the house. My brother built the house. And that is what I say, it killed me. That now my brother is being evicted. I remember one day, our late cousin, Abu David, Baruna Samueko Welamlambo. I remember we were in that yard full of rats. And then I was trying to plead with him to come home. But at one stage, I managed to convince him, no, my brother, and I think at that time, he was already maybe dismissed. Sheila, you'll recall that time he was already being dismissed because he was a comrade, he was an activist, like myself. He was dismissed not for theft, he was dismissed for protesting against certain decisions of the employer, as there were a group of them called technicians. They refused to take certain instructions which they were thinking it was anti-union to accept that kind of an instruction. It was going to destroy the union. They refused, and a group of them, they were dismissed. My brother was one of them. But he was no longer now working. I had to plead with him, brother, please come home. But rather than come and stay at my brother's place, our younger brother, late younger brother's place, where one of my sister, Onika, was staying, come and stay there. Yeah, don't forget, my brother said he lost his house. He was evicted. Now he has money from his pension. He's been paid monies, I think over 500K. Then he has this woman who's now a new one. I don't know. I said first he was bitten by that snake. Now it's another one. It's find a new snake. I said, no, you are not streetwise. Why you can't see snakes? You can't take. Why matad. So he can't see these things. You look like you are not streetwise. Why are you continuing to do these things? Why are you not on your own? Why this back? Why are you doing this? I remember now I learned. I don't do that. My wife, even if she was here, she'll tell you. My wife doesn't know my PIN code. I don't do that thing. She has her own bank card. I have my own bank card. I have my own phone. She has her own phone. I don't know her phone's PIN code. I don't know her phone's PIN code. I've got no business to check what is in her phone. And she got no business into my bank account. I give her money if she needs money, but this is the weakness I learned about my brother, that he was giving this woman PIN code to go withdraw money. Now this woman is withdrawing money to go build a house of her parents in Limpopo somewhere, because she has a free will. This man is giving him, access to his money. Then when we are intervening with my sisters, I think they were also intervening, because my brother had a good heart. He was no longer strong. He was no longer that karateka who used to be, which we grew together. He was now weak. Yes, he was now weak. But what happened is, I'm going to be short, because what happened is, this other snake bite my brother. She took him to Pretoria now, moving to Pretoria. What happened? The money of my brother get finished. He's left now penniless. That's what, in my view, two things contributed to my brother's demise. What happened? Hospital, when we checked, my brother had a serious high blood pressure. He has no more money, he has no more house. When we asked him, come and stay here, like he was not like feeling right about having lost the house. Now he lost his money. He stays somewhere in extension 14 in Soshanguve. We went there with my cousin and my friend Ronnie. We went there, see the place, we took pictures. It's a nice place also with a nice garden. Now he have another name. They now call him Talisto. I don't know why is it Talisto now, but that is his other name. In extension 14 Soshanguve, they no longer call him Teacher, Daigo, Mtsamai, or anything. They call him now Talisto. That's his new name. I don't know why, what informed that name. We'll hear from the people as they talk. But I think there's a reason why he's called Talisto. Because he was clever, he was streetwise. And he was very good on cotton. He knows clothing. He was very good. He knows his, like his Floshem shoes and all that. He was very good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I can tell you is that when I was told that my brother has collapsed and they took him to hospital, I've been there every day to go check my brother. Unfortunately, he could not speak to me anymore. First day I arrived, I asked him, the nurse asked him, where are you? Aramin Erasmus. I didn't know why he called Erasmus. How did I come? Then I realized why would they taking no, my brother is a problem now. The following day I go, he cannot talk anymore. That's the only weight he have ever said, and he should have said Ntwanag. He didn't say that. Now, I went to check him there all the time until this last day. Unfortunately, my brother's vein had busted because of that high blood pressure in his brain. And it caused problem in his head, a blood clot, which they could not remove, and he had become brain dead.
In other words, when he was on the machine, only the heart was functioning, but the brain was not functioning. If the brain is not functioning, you are dead as well as good as dead, because the brain is not functioning anymore. That's what was the condition. And they could not take the tests, the results and all that. But I want to say, life is nigh. Life has robbed my brother. My brother is now no more because of life. People have treated him badly. They've treated my brother very badly. But I must say, thank you for coming, all of you, so that when you talk, you know who you are talking. And when you are here supporting us, you know who we are talking about. He's not a man who just became a vagrant. If he had a home, but he was robbed of his own home. So you must be aware of that. That's very important for people to know, that he had his own home. He was not an irresponsible person who never had a home. So people must be aware of that fact. And he worked at Simba for more than close to 20 years. They will tell you, the comrades here. And he was a responsible employee. He was having a serious position in the company as a technician. So my brother, via granding for a total copan. Urdumedi says that, ho lady, timer, labor for it. Amanda, long live the spirit of no retreat, no surrender. Long live. Thank you.
Teacher, hore mo teacher a tsamayang teng, people change their behaviors. Ebe ba etsa ntho e teacher a e ratang. Ra leboga ka mantswe ao. Moving next on our program, re tlo kopa Magisani uMaki asondele phambili azositshela. Modimo wahalalela, wahalale, wahalalela, wahalale, wahalalela, wahalalela. Modimo wahalalela, Modimo wahalalela, Modimo wahalalela, wahalalela, ritse ritabela wena.
Amen. Ekhaya ngizothola nemududuze ngoba nami ngomunye ongazethu kwindodana yala ekhaya, lo mngane wala ekhaya, lo mfana nje wala ekhaya, ngoba yonke into yayenzeka ngikhona, kakhulukazi impilo yayinhla ngaso sonke isikhathi. Kodwa-ke izinto zihamba ishintshe phela ngoba yonke into inesikhathi sayo. Kodwa lokho kufanele sithi sikamukele ngoba yonke into ihamba ngendlela uNkulunkulu ayidale ngayo. Amen. Manje ngilana nje ukuthi ngizothanda ukubonga ukuthi hayi mfowethu lona ongishiyile kimi, ngokubhuti wami, futhi kumakhelwane wami, futhi kumngane wami. Safunda sonke esikoleni kodwa ngokuhlukana. Mina umuntu ufunda isiZulu, yena efunda iSpanish. Kodwa-ke wayengithanda, engikhonze kakhulu ngoba wayemdala kakhulu kunami. Ngithi mina nginothanda ukuthi hayi ngifuna ukuyongena naye khona le esikoleni samabhela. Cha, ngoba ngamndoda isipelo saze ngcono ngokukhaphe ngizokushiya endleleni bese uhamba esikoleni, sizobonana ntambama. Ngakho-ke nje bathandekayo benkosi, nami ngomunye
uhlukumezile emoyeni wami. Sengicela ukuthi la umfowethu khona sengathi abe khona angibusise njalo ngoba wayethanda saze kwesinye isikhathi senza umunye umdlalo esethi hayi ndoda ngoba mina ngifuna ukwazi isiZulu wena kusukela manje uzokhuluma isiZulu yena akhuluma iSepedi asiphendulane kanjalo once nje wakhuluma iSepedi ngiyakuphanisha and then uzokwazi ukuthi hawo ngiphanisela athi ngifuna ukuthi usazi nami ngisazi isiZulu kwakuwumdlalo nje loyo esisiphila ngawo sengisho ukuthi ke ngokunye futhi into eyayingijabulisa kuye ukuthi wayithanda ukudweba uyi-artist leli gama elithi uthishela ngangibona vele limfanele ngoba wayekwazi ukufundisa into eziningi ngangayazi ijobe ngafunda ngayo sihamba amabhasikobho amarino yonke leyo ndawo nokupitori amafilimi kodwa kakhulukazi bethanda ufunda le nsizwa ya iphatha amanoveli ayikho inhlobo inoveli engayifunda sibuye sihlale phansi hayi angibonisi kusho ukuthi ngaye ngalendlela ngithi cha nami ngilahlekele umfowethu ngizophinde ngimbone kodwa ngoba ngintando kaNkulunkulu uyena owazi ngiyabona
Siyabonga kumakhelwane ra leboga ke tlo kopa ntate mosebetsi Motloung a atumele le yena a tlo bua ka titjhere, the teacher, the artist and the soccer player. Sibakanyana se limutsutsonyana o Sibakanyana se limutsutsonyana o Sibakanyana se
ere ke lebohe bohle ba tshwereng ka mona ka hae ke lebohe ohle setjhaba se leng tena mona la ka lebitso nna ke mosebetsi ke Motloung mona ena e re buang ka ena ke sebeditse le ena nako e telele. If I remember, I think it's 1984 or before. 1983, because I remember in 1984, then when we came back, that's when then we started becoming the shop stewards and all onto that. I'm sure jwale abuti jwale ka tsholo in a le mong motho a ratang ho tjhentjha dinto. Ha ke qala nna ho sebetsa le yena when I was in Knickknacks as an operator, and yena ne ba rolla the pellets, the boxes, so that it can be a certain height, and then wrap them and then set them into the warehouse. And it was him and Albert Bachincha that title. Varno bona ki ba ipitsa hore ki di-clerk because bona ba ka se tope ma box ba etsang. Although we ba etsa mmereko, I remember because at that time ho no ne re soka re ba le di two-piece. It was an overall, so they will wear the overall only mo hodimo, and then maotwana le matomba twa tlama mo, so that at least ho bonahale hore seeta at least le burugo bonala hore now o tlak wena ha o tshwane le ba bang batho ba le ba you know, there's certain things tse leng hore a di hopola ho batho ba bang ha nako e ntse e ya. I was fortunate hore ke ntse ke tswela pele ke sebetsa le yena ra tswa ra ba di shop stewards, yena ya ba chairperson and then naka ba a full-time shop steward. And then there was a time, one thing elori nexa ilebale, ibile le ka jenjeng ka se lebale. Hantse re tsamaya, the meetings and all that, like Cape Town, Durban and all that. So he went first, and then he was the first one or up Palame flight. Now he came back. There was a time now I must go with a flight. Now knowing that Uriana Satwa kwa, Karbudi flight nation to the side, then I told him, okay, and you had to wait a halang actually, modi flying, Kiskakan can't put it wrong, I think. Then said, no, Skawa Rabatao for everything. That the only thing, Zamureka suit, Karausna suit, Bagas Dumelo Kene Camouflage. And, you know, I didn't verify whatever he was saying. I just took his word, Katamaka Reka suit. Then I ran flight, against the suit to kill your right. When I came back, I tell me, Sutu Musa training Kuwait's area Marona Jomotle. No, you know, because he also did the jokes in alien to the heights, Elon Resevita, Intersevita, Joalo, to the I remember then Hanako Inseia position Yana Elia when Elia fell box, then they started becoming to be the operators. And then as the time goes, you have the technician. But Banseva Tuela Pele, the union and all that. Uncle Jetar Mtamai. Okay, because Runana Reteva Livitola Mtamai. I'm sure Butu Saluse or Nalitwile you are. Mtamai. He's been a shop steward and a village chairperson, leading a lot of people. He's helped a lot of things during that time. Kana ko tseo re a tseba ho no le bima, ne nna go tsa maburu ntho tse ding holo ano etsa. But a ka ba fela pelo re ile ra nna ra tswela pele ho fihla nako tse leng hore now where we said we are now stable. Opula Simba, Provident Fund, I think he was part of that. Negotiating of those parts, negotiating hore basebetsi ba be dintho tse sebeditse hantle ba sebetsa ntho tse right. And like I'm saying, I was fortunate because at the time I was working with him. Wa fihla nako whereby now ho ba le di post tsa bo managerial, the supervisors and all that. Luckily for me, ke ile ka apply for supervising, and then I succeeded. And guess what? He was reporting to me. So me and him, we have been working like that, even though different roles, but still we have been together and being like that and working only like that. Until even that day, like Abutia ila salosa hantlore, ha kaba a etsa ntho tse snacks, ha kaba etsahala ntho tse ntsa hore he was never one of those things. At the time, as his manager, I don't know, it's because he would call me. Maybe I'm calling and you too. Hey, bro, Raman. Hey, what's a kid? Take a zama, Kikutuanya, bro. I keep sharp, man, and cassette. Then he gets over. No. If you are like that, don't come. Rather, rebuet about Ulo feel at least but unlike only under influence whatever, he was one of the person only high it's unto now it's net. Nasa equal now it's a net or it's a check liquidly but come Marimavi, Hagaga Hona, who yet unto say I get to Gabi movie Shilamaka Tamuka time because Dingata to send Kimtamai, Nakorse Italian. May God bless him and recuper Arovaleka.
Yawa, 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 Lembe, Yawa, Yawa, Lemsabe. ngicela ozokhulumela i-union ifawu asondele phambili. Iwile lembewu yawa 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 lembewu yawa yawa lemsabe yawa yawa lembewu yawa 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 lembewu yawa yawa lemsabe.
Thank you, Program Director. Nabefundisi. Uma phambi kwenu Pasopha Ngobese. Angikhulumela ifawu, Program Director. Ama-FAW veterans. Amasotsha lawa aphumile kumbutho weFAW. On behalf of FAW veterans, not the current FAW, I would like to greet you all. Ngizoba ngenza iphutha if ngakhuluma okunye. Ingazanga ngibonge ubaba nomama uKomape. Abazali balensizwa. Emndenini eminingi akwenzeki ukuthi kuba nabantwana ba more than 2 abakhokhela umbutho we1. But lana kwaKomape kwenzekile ke. Njengoba nizwile iphike esikhulumile ngaphambilini ukuthi bekuyinkokheli eCotho eZimba Chips. His younger brother ke bekuyinkokheli enkulu ku the very same organization where he end up as a deputy general secretary. Let me maybe acknowledge the former president FAW, Comrade Peter Malepe. By then, he was a president of FAW, also as a deputy president of COSAT. Thank you, Comrade Peter. And our leading leaders like Comrade Joe, Comrade Sheila, those who they played a very big role. Kubasebenzi, jikelele, emzansi, kuFAW. Siyabonga i-contribution yenu matabane. Comrade Mtsamai, njengoba bathi amagama wakhe like well exactly like chameleon. Ngapha kumzabalazo besimazi uComrade Mtsamai. Igalelo lakhe belikhulu. Not only eZimba kuphela, but kubasebenzi, not only kuFAW kuphela because Kumbule FAW was part of COSAT. And that was the main organization kuCOSAT. Then angeke nkamba manga manje ngoba ubuningi niyazi ukuthi FAW yamanje injani. Sesikhulumela iFAW le yangaphambili. Sithi ke sikhala nani Comrade Funky. Siyazi uvela kuphi ne Comrade uMtsamai. Nilahlekele nathi silahlekele as a comrade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you. Seseduze nokurepapa iprogram yethu so that Murudi abe gore fodisa. Ke kopa the 2 speakers word on behalf of the friends and word from one of the neighbors, Zone 14, Soshanguve. Iwi lembewu yawa 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 lembewu yawa yawa lemsabe iwi lembewu yawa 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 lembewu yawa usukile emhlabeni. Ngiyabonga, I don't think bakhona. Angiboni osukumayo, ngiyacabanga ukuthi they are delayed. Sizondlula ngeprogram yethu. Siye ekufundeni kwezimbali. Ngicela ukuthi funda izimbali. Khotlobala malomo ba atumele. I believe ke bana ba lapeng ba tlo re balela dipali. Ke kopa le atumele. Jehova uzwiqini impilo yami uzwiqini loya Jehova ukhusela umoya wami ukhusela umoya wami ngoba mina ngizohamba Our beloved brother, how wonderful, how beautiful it was to have you around as a big brother. How wonderful, how beautiful to see how we were getting along. You were there when needed for advice, protection, and a shoulder to cry on. We are going to miss your jokes, your laughter, and your warm heart, but your spirit will live with us. Pass our regards to our beloved parents and brothers. Long live brotherly love and unity forever. Rest in peace, Mutokwa. From your brother Funky and family.
Dumela. Okay. Robala ka khutjo motswala o re shile re sa nagana motlokwa. Psalms 23 from Jacob Monama's family.
My beloved brother, you left us so soon, but memories of you will in my heart and my mind. Please pass to my sons, Smanga and Nico, Virginia and Neo.
Malume wa bana baka, o re shwabishile. Re tla dula re go gopola ka nako tsohle. Se fela ke na le modisa, Anna and family.
Malume abuti Daigo Dalisto o re shile re sa nagana robala ka khutjo motlokwa. Re tla dula re go rata. Se fela lala go nna from Onika's family.
You shall always be remembered, my good brother. We are content knowing that God has called you for a reason. Rest in eternal peace, Dalisto, from William and Mahadi Rampele and family.
Raleboga. The next part of the program, re tlo kopa hape somebody from the family a tlo re balela the obituary ya tichere, ya motsamai, ya Diago, Dalisto. Ke kopa o leloko le mo hlopileng atle as she stands up, as she comes. Can we please all stand up for the reading of the obituary? It is is well. It is well with my soul, with my soul. It is well. It is well with my soul.
I, Zacharia Thabiso Komape, was born on the 2nd of January 1960. I was the first son of the late Johannes Patahulu and Simule Johanna Masichaba Komape. I was affectionately known as Daigo for my soccer dribbling skills in Tembisa, and also known as Dalisto by my friends and colleagues and neighbors in and around Erasmus and Soshanguve Zone 14, Pretoria. I attended school at Sidibank Primary School and later moved to Tembisa Primary School, and then proceeded to Tembisa High School, where I completed my matric grade 12. I started working at Simba in Isando as a technician for over 20 years until 2011. I was an active member of FAU and served as a shop steward. I was fortunate to be elected to lead the shop steward committee as a chairperson. I was a staunch member of the SACP and the ANC. I joined the Community Works Program on the 2nd of July 2017 as a part-time gardener, which was one of my passions until I met my untimely death following a short illness on the 1st of November 2021 at George Mukari Hospital in Gauteng. I am decided by both my parents, two younger brothers. I leave behind my 2 children, 3 sisters, and my brother.
With my soul, with my soul, it is well, it is well with my soul. Re ka dula fatshe. We have come to wrapping up our program, and before nginikeze umfundisi, I would like to say to the family, Phephi Duduzekani. I would also like to say thank you for the honor of being able to assist in the program. There were few things that stood out. One of it was for me, teacher. Every day, unsari teacher something. Every day, he taught us. You can be something tomorrow. He has taught us honesty and truth. One of the speakers said that he would never lie. Repila in a society where batho ba ratang mashano, but not Ntate Komape. Another one said he was a good soccer player. Sometimes Bupilo is like a soccer game, and you need to navigate. I think he navigated well, because everywhere another young thing, he got a new name. That means he was able to adapt to what the people bamotse o ne ba o tlhoka. Ba ne ba tlhoka teacher, nali teacher. Ba ne ba tlhoka a soccer player, he was a soccer player. Ba ne ba tlhoka Motsamai, Onamba Tsamaela. And the last one was Dalito. Of the many names, he was also an Abuti. He was a father. He was a malume. He was a shop steward. He was a comrade. And with those words, I'd like to say, because after this, it's a Yamuruti. Kenya Habab. In English, even though the fig tree have no fruit, not the grapes, even though the fig trees have no fruit, and the grapes have no vines, even though the olive crops fail, and the fields produce no corn, even though the sheep all die, and the cattle stalls are empty, I will still be joyful and glad because the Lord God is my Savior. The sovereign God gives me strength and he makes sure-footed as the deer and keeps me safe on the mountains. This scripture speaks to somebody who had lost everything. And I hope that Mantuale wa toting today as a family, atla le hopotsa hore Modimo ha so le lebale. Atla le hopotsa hore even if everything seems lost right now, but Modimo ha so le lebale. With those few words, Moki yentseng phoso teng ke kopa le ntshwarele. It was not the intention. Ke re kopa re emele re emise moruti. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. You are Alpha and Omega. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We give you the glory. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised. We give you all the glory. We worship you, our God. You are worthy to be praised.
Ngiyabonga program director. Ngicela ngeke ningithathele ingoma emnandi ngapha kodade. Kuthi ngubani oyofakaza ngami mhla ngishiya le nyanga. Guyane oyofakaza ngami. Guyane oyofakaza ngami. Oyofakaza ngami uma ngishiya le nyanga. Gubani oyofakaza ngami, gubani oyofakaza ngami uma ngishiya le khwenu khona kuye oyofakaza ngami. ngami ngubani oyofakaza ngami ngubani oyofakaza ngami uma ngishiya le nyama. Siyabonga amazwi amnandi esiwatholile kuzo zonke izikhulumi, izikhulumi zala ekhaya nebasemsebenzini nalabo bebamazi nalabo bebamazi. Ngempela ushuthi ngamanye amazwi he was a hero. Hayi ngempela ngoba lamagama babalile bathanda. Manengi kakhulu angikhona even nokuwa ukuthi angidobhanga ngisho nelodwa. Hayi likhona ngilidobhile bathanda. Iye lakathisha. Ushuthi ngamanye amazwi bokungumfundisi. Ene ngempela kade athanda nesports. Ushuthi yonke into kade ayenza kade azimisela. Uyabona yonke into uma ngempela uzimisele bathanda uzothola igama njengabo Ronaldo, njengabo Messi. Manje naye ngempela ke ilegacy yakhe hayi siyayibona bathanda. Nisho ukuthi aniyiboni or nizwile? Hayi sizwile siyibonanga. Sibone izikhulumi yangalo mzuzu ke bathanda sizongena encwadini ke leyo ke ngempela ebuyisa mina nawe ekuseni kwanamhlanje kule nkonzo yokugcina yakathisha Komape. Manje incwadi yethu ke bathanda sizolithola lapha ke kuMateyu 28 verse 16. Lapho uJesu Kristu wayelaye isilayezo sakhe sokugcina sithi ke isiyalezo sokugcina sikaJesu, kepha abafundi abayishumi baya eGalile kuye, kuleyo ntaba uJesu abayalele kuyona. Sebambona bakhuleka kuye, kepha abanye bangabaza. uJesu wasondela wakhuluma kubo wathi, ngiphiwe amandla emhlabeni nasezulwini. Ngiphiwe amandla wonke ezulwini nasemhlabeni. Ngalokho ke hambani nenze zonke izizwe abafundi, nibabhabhadise egameni likaYise nelendodana nelomoya oyingcwele, nibafundise ukugcina konke enginiyale ngakho. Bhekani nginani nsuku zonke kuze kube kuphele ihlabathi. Enye ke incwadi ke bathanda sizoyithola la kuZenzo 8 verse 9 ekhuluma ngoSimoni oyisanusi, ikhuluma ngenyanga. Kepha kwakukhona indoda ethize nguSimoni, igama layo elalikade lenza izimangaliso kulowo muzi, izimangaliso ezenzwe eSamaria ezishiya umuntu omkhulu. Banamathela kuye bonke kusukela ebuncanyeni ukuya kwabakhulu, bathi ungamandla kaNkulunkulu, abiza ukuthi nguNkulunkulu. Abenamathele kuye ngokuba bemangalisa izikhathi eside ngesimo sakhe, kepha bathi kuye bakholwe nguFilipi eshumayela ivangeli ngombuso kaNkulunkulu nangegama likaJesu Kristu. Babhabhadiswa ebesilisa nebesifazane, naye uSimoni wakholwa ukuthi sebabhabhadisiwe, wanamathela kuFilipi wamangala ebona izibonakaliso ezemisebenzi emikhulu eyamandla eyenziwe. Kwathi ukuba abapostoli baseJerusalema bezwe ukuthi eSamaria sebalamukele izwi likaNkulunkulu, bathumela kubo uPetro noJohane. Sebehleli khona babakhulekela ukuba bamukele umoya oyingcwele, ngoba wayengakehleli nokoyedwa, kodwa basebabhabhadisa egameni leNkosi uJesu kuphela. Khona babekwa izandla phezu kwabo, bamukela ke umoya oyingcwele. Kepha uSimoni esebonile ukuthi ngokubeka kwezandla ngabapostoli uyaphiwa umoya oyingcwele, waletha imali wathi, ngipheni nami lowo mandla ukuze yilowo nalowo angibeke izandla phezu kwami amukele umoya oyingcwele. Kepha uPetro wathi kubo, isiliva lakho malibhubhe kanye nawe, ngokuba ungathi isipho sikaNkulunkulu singathengwa ngemali na? Incwadi yethu ke bathanda eyokuqala ke sithole lapho kuMateyu 28, lapho uJesu Kristu esondela kubafundi bakhe abayi12. Ngoba uJesu Kristu bathanda bekungumfundisi ngaphakathi kwabafundi bakhe, wayehamba nabo, edla nabo, elala nabo, evuka nabo. Manje ngempela wabalinga ke bathanda, wathi ngifuna ubona ukuthi ngempela bakumi na, nami ngikubona. Wathi madoda, isikhathi sifikile, hambani niye eGalile. Uyabashiya ke bathanda, asabashiyile kuJesu Kristu, ngempela ke uyahamba uya eGalile. Sebamlandela ke, uma bafika eGalile ke, hayi sebayambona uJesu Kristu, abanye abamboni, kodwa laba abambonayo bathanda bafike baguqa ngedolo kuye, bakhuleka. Kodwa laba abangamboni zange basondele kuye, bakhuleke kuye, kanti uyababona. Uthi madoda, yazini uthi ngiphiwa amandla emhlabeni ngisho nasezulwini. Usho kulaba ke, laba abangabazayo, ngoba bebahamba naye bathanda, kodwa bangamazi. Namhlanje bathanda, ilizwi bathanda liphume emntwini okufuzeke ulithabate ukwazi ukulandela, ngoba laba abanye baye bangabaza. Ngakho athi ngiphiwa amandla emhlabeni nasezulwini. Kodwa laba abangazange bangabaze bathanda, wathi madoda, isikhathi sifikile, ngiyibonile inhliziyo yenu, ngiyibonile ingqondo yenu. Ushuthi ngamanye amazwi nginifundisile, kungako nikhonile ukuthandaza, kungako nifundile umthandazo. Uthi ngakho-ke bathanda, uthi ngiyanithuma-ke amagumbi amane womhlaba. Uthuma abafundi bakhe, akathuma wonke umuntu, uthuma abafundi bakhe. Uthi ke hambani nenze zonke izizwe zibe ngabafundi. Uthi nihlale nabo phansi nibafundise, nidle nabo, nivuke nabo uthi senibona ukuthi bafundisekile nithi nibafumbathise lokhu engithe nganifumbathisa kona uthi uma nenze njalo ngiyohlala nani kuze kuphela ihlabathi like laphela ihlabathi liyini ihlabathi ngaphakathi kwethu ake sizifuneni like laphela ihlabathi cha alikaze liphele ihlabathi uma abantu basesekhona emhlabeni ihlabathi ngeke liphele ngokwake bathandwa baradiwa yazini ngaphakathi kwenu kuthi uNkulunkulu akusiyona nyama ungumoya sazwana bathanda uma ifunda lapha kuJohane uJohane 4 verse 24 uthi uNkulunkulu ungumoya bonke abakhuleka kuye fuze ke bakhuleke ngokomoya nangeqiniso usho ukuthi namhlanje ke ilizwe eliphumayo bathanda liphuma kubaba umthweni kodwa musana ubheka inyama kababa umthweni musana ubhekana ubaba umthweni zidobhele lelo lizwe elilodwa nawe usondela uzosebenzela usindiso lomphefumulo wakho ngoba lezulu liyasetshenzelwa bathanda yebo alisetshenzelwa ngokuthi ngifunde iBhayibheli kuphela niyalibona le Bhayibheli bathanda liyakwazi ukuhamba liyakwazi ukukhuluma ubani ohambayo yima ngithi ubani okhulumayo yima ngithi iBhayibheli ke bathanda kuyilizwi likaThixo lifakaza ngempela ngoThixo nendodana yakhe uJesu Kristu uyazi iBhayibheli liyintoni ke lifana nemephi uma uzohamba uye eCape Town fuze kubheka imephi kuthi indlela ihamba kuphi kodwa uma ungazange ubheka imephi uzothi eCape Town uzibone sowuseDurban ngoba ngempela ke awubhekanga imephi siyazwana bathanda kuMateyu 10 verse 40 uthi labo abanamukelayo bangamukela mina kunye nobaba ongithumileyo laba abanganamukeli abangamukeli mina kunye nobaba ongithumileyo bathanda ozani sisebenzele usindiso lomphefumulo wethu ngoba ekugcineni bathanda nathi sifuna ukuwuthwala umqhele uJesu Kristu ke bathanda uma lapha esiphambanweni uthi bawo umsebenzi ongithume wona ngufezile laba baba ebakho othe wangipha bona kodwa kungasibo bami kungebakho wayefakazile kuJesu Kristu futhi wafakaza amncane bathanda washiya abazali bakhe bamfuna abazali kazi lo mntwana uyephi kanti uJesu Kristu usethempelini uhleli nabantu abadala benwele ezimhlophe abampunga njengami uyabafakazela ukuthi madoda guqukani nizosebenzela usindiso lomphefumulo wenu kanti ngapha abazali bayamfuna bebahambe bafuna bahlangana nenye indoda bathi anibonanga umntwana na silahlekele umntwana le ndoda ithi ngathi ngimbonile ungene lapha ethempelini manje bathi hayi siyacela kusibizele yena hayi le ndoda yenze njalo-ke ngoba ngempela ithunyiwe uma ngena ngaphakathi kwethempeli le ndoda yathuka kakhulu bathanda uma ithola lo mntwana omncane uhleli nabantu abadala abayimpunga uthi mntanami uqale wababulisa abantu abadala wathi ngithunyiwe ngithunye kulo mntwana abazali ngaphandle bafuna lo mntwana kanti insuku baloko bamfuna kodwa bangamtholi kodwa zange kusaphendula abantu abadala kuphendule yena lo mntwana kodwa ngisesenabo abanye abazali abazali enginabo yilaba kusho ukuthi ngamanye amazwi bathanda uJesu lo wayethunye ngaphakathi kwabantu aseseyindodana yomuntu angakabi indodana kaNkulunkulu ukuze sibone ukuthi uye waba indodana kaNkulunkulu yile langa abhabhatisa uJohane emfuleni eJordani ngoba laba kade abafakazele bona uJesu Kristu uJesu Kristu laba kade abafakazele uthe mina nginibhabhatisa ngamanzi eqoleni izono zenu zenyama kuthi ukhona omkhulu onibhabhatisa ngomlilo nomoya oyingcwele esho ngempela uJesu Kristu ngoba bebabhabhatise ubani uJohana ngithi ya but kube isimanga-ke uma uJohane efika lapha emfuleni nangu uJesu Kristu uyavela uma vela-ke bathanda uJohane uthi ngithembise laba bantu uthi wena uzobabhabhatisa ngomlilo nomoya oyingcwele hayi ngempela uJesu wathi cha wathi Johane ngibhabhatisa wathi ngakubhabhatisa kanjani wena umkhulu kunami wathi ngibhabhatise kugcwaliseke embhaleni kuthi mina nawe siyinto yinye kusho ukuthi mina nawe sithunyiwe ake sifuneni lo Johane ukuthi ubani lo wabhabhatisa uJesu Kristu kwakunguye uThixo usezwana bathanda nguyena-ke wambhabhadisa ebhabhadisa uJesu Kristu uthe kumbeka isandla sakhe phezu kwekhanda kwehlela umoya oyingcwele ovela ezulwini lathi bhekani lo yindodana yami engiyithandayo kholwani kuyo ngoba ubhabhadise ubani uJohane ngomoya oyingcwele nomlilo kulapho-ke waba indodana kaNkulunkulu waba nguJesu Kristu kade ekuqaleni bokunguJesu siyazwana bathanda mangihambi ngedwa nabo baba ebangicele kakhulu bathi nabo banamazwi program director sizodirector uwe uma sokufika isikhathi usistophe uthi hayi bobaba isikhathi senu siphela la ngizocala nithatha ingoma sisukumisa ubaba umgcina
Hello, Sanibonani. Lo elikhuluma la.
Yeli kwani yena.
Umphela. Ngokuhlala ngihlale ayibona.
Awudula kudula ayibona.
Sihlangene lapha kwelikhala kwaKomape.
Kwapani mona hake lapha la Komape.
Namhlanje
Kajeko
bekusingazi ukuthi namhlanje sobe sihlangene la.
Ngesatsiba urikashe ukuthi aberi kwapani mona.
Nawe futhi bongazi ukuthi namhlanje sobe sihlangene la.
Wena nosatsiba ukuthi aberi kwapani mona.
Kodwa uNkulunkulu ebeyazi yani ukuthi namhlanje sobe sihlangene.
Impaki muthi yena natsiba ukuthi aberi kwapani mona.
Kufanele mina
utlamele nna
ngizibuza ukuthi makufika isikhathi esinjengalesi
urofihla kuyethwana lena
siyofika ndikude kangakanani noNkulunkulu
ihlathisa ke lohula ka
nawe uzuzibuza ukuthi makufika isikhathi esinje
wena uzoyiphutha awufika
siyofika ukude kangakanani noNkulunkulu
uzohula ka yini mudini
ukwenzela ukuthi uzuqale usondeze
uzoqala uyitatameze
kuNkulunkulu
umudini
sithi dudu
elithini
kwaba lapha ekhaya
ubala bamwala phe
kwaKomape
bakumape
akwehlanga lingisi
awuthe usesathe
lapha kuJohani
bona uzwanne
incwadini yokuqala
mangolo verse 1
uNkulunkulu lapha
mudimu mola
uthi mina
uri nna
ngiuNkulunkulu
ngimudimu
ulizwi
mudimu lentswe
lolo lizwi
lona lentswe le
elalikhona ekuqaleni
lelitesimulo
elisakhona namhlanje
ebelesenze lelitele hana nje
uNkulunkulu
elimudimu
elo lizwi
lona lentswe
layohlala kuJohani
lilela lula uzwanne
bonke kukhulunywa uJohani
zonke nelibona uzwanne
kusuka kuNkulunkulu
nelitwa umudimu
Johanne weza nokukhanya ngaphakathi kwabantu
ulatha lilisele imali
abantu zange bakwamkela
bathu azange bawamwele
incwadi esihamba ngayo namhlanje
nongole utsamana kalona kasheko
Matthew 28
Matthew 28
la kuma 28
mo Matthew 28
uthi uKristu
uri Kriste
mina ngiphiwa amandla
ngifuye amandla
wokulawula izulu nomhlaba
awulala lihonimone lefasi
uthi hambani
uri tsamayani
nizenza abafundi zonke inhlanga
liye lerute dithaba tsohle
uma ikhuphukela eGalili
hanyulela Galileya
abanye bambonile abanye zange bambona
babambele bammona
abanye bamguqela bamthobela abanye zange
babambele bakhumama uyena
ngoba abanye babephikisana bethi yiyo le ndodana kaNkulunkulu
babana baphikisana ngokuyena mramuli
abanye bethi hayi akusiyo
babambara haya chaya siyena
kodwa manje uthi yena hambani
uri ubona tsamayani
nizenza abafundi zonke inhlanga
litsamali kuthethaba
uthi laba bathe banamkela nihlale nabo phansi nibafundise nibabhaphathizele emagameni amathathu nibafundise imiyalo enithe mina nganiyala ngayo uthi mina manithe nenza njalo ngiyoba nani kuze kupheliswe ihlabathi bekuthi ukuthi uKristu akekho kude nathi ngoba uNkulunkulu unathi ngaso sonke isikhathi kungakwethi ndinani kuze kupheliswe ihlabathi kutsho uNkulunkulu laphayana kuzenzo 8 lapha uPhilippi wayishumayela ivangeli eSamaria lapho abanye bamzwa khona eSamaria bebengamazi uNkulunkulu kodwa bona bebezazela isangoma
bona nebeyitsibela ingaka
abathi uSimiyoni
ebayitsibela ngakene ngitsatsi
noba kugula umuntu bebemthatha bamsela kuSimiyoni
nanogula umuntu nabamngcaba msengumona
baba uyena babemthembile
ubani kuyena nabamthembile
kodwa manje uthe uPhilippi mayifika ngelizwi likaNkulunkulu
uThefrika fihla kanitsona mudini
efakaza ngezwi likaNkulunkulu
afaka kalitsula mulimo
baqale bamuzwa
bayile baqala bamuka
wahamba nabo abamamkele
atsamele bana bamamwela
wayobabhabhatiza
ayilo bakolobethu
emva kwaloko
kamora moo
kweza abapostoli
ulatha abapostola
oPetros naboJohane
boPetros
bezowamkelisa laba bantu umoya engcwele
bosamisa bathu bana
ngoba
moya
isanusi lesi
bawubani ngakaye
siye sathi nami ndicela ukuthi ndamkele umoya engcwele
lisona lisayimukelo mama
lithamba uyofa
awusama ulo
nesiliva yakho
li
uNkulunkulu wenza njena
mulimo etsa jena
ukulithanda kwakhe ihlabathi
kawunatale
waze wanikela ngendodana yakhe ayizele iyodwa
abamwela kamora
ukuze kube ngulowo nalowo
eyoliyeyo
othe wamkela indodana yakhe
eyamwetsi muraha
azange ahlangani nokufa
asakopala
azedlule ekufeni kodwa angene ekuphileni
afite lifumfakele buphilo
uma thina sithe samkela indodana kaNkulunkulu
afera runenkamela
uNkulunkulu wabona ukuthi abantu ngeke baze balizwe izwi lakhe
mudimu labona ukuthi bakeke bamela
uqale uthumela umthunywa wakhe ngaphakathini kwabantu
waqala ukumela murumwa enkarabathu
okunguJohane
yelena Johande
ehamba ememezela
asamaya shumayela
ethi guqukani ngoba umbuso wezulu usondele
akasamayani isondele kabali musoma muahlale
labo abamzwile
baba mufuleni
basondelile kuye
bathamethuye
mayememeza ehlani uJohane
unarele mselena
abantu babengamazi uNkulunkulu
bathu bona kusamthini mudini
kwakungekho lutho indawo esiganga indawo engenalutho kulo ndawo leyo indawo ekumele kulinywe kuyo kutshalwe kuyona ikwazi ukuthi lo ndawo ibe nento siyahlonyela ngaphakathini kwabantu le mbewu ukuze ibe nendawo ngaphakathini kwengqondo zabantu sonke siyahamba asiphelelanga la sonke siyedlula kulo mhlaba uKristu uthi mayibona abantu bemkhalela uthi zikhaleleni nina kanye nabantwana benu kumele thina esiphilayo siqale sizikhalele thina siyozikhalela kanjani siyozikhalela ngokwenza intando kaNkulunkulu siyabonga
Siyabonga amazwi avela kubaba makube yilo nalo ngempela azidobhele bathanda asondela azosebenzela usindiso lomphefumulo wakhe ngalomzuzu ke bathanda yes nabanye ke ngempela bavela kude nabo abanamazwi abazomvalelisa njalo abafuna ukumvalelisa ushuthi abafuna uzokhuluma ngayo yebo ushuthi manje kumele singabavaleli ngaphandle ngoba kusuku lokugcina angeke nisambona ngamehlo wenyama kodwa nombona ngamehlo womoya. Yilo nalo ngempela ke onedo ngaphakathi kwakhe makayikhiphe bathanda. Akhulume imisebenzi yakhe. Njengoba nengoma ithi imisebenzi yomuntu yenze njani? Iyamlandela. Hayi ngingacithi isikhathi program director wami. Ngoba ngiyabona uzazungishaya hayi. Thathani ingoma. Nimphakamise.
Yawa, ngicela sisukume. Yawa, yawele mhlabe. Yawa, 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 yawa lembewu. Yawa, yawele mhlabe. Yawa, yawa lembewu. Yawa, 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 yawa lembewu. Yawa, yawele mhlabe. Oh, yawa, yawa lembewu. Yawa, 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 yawa lembewu. Yawa, yawele mhlabe. Ezumfundisi ashilo kukhona abomakhelwane ababuya kude bacela nabo isithuba kancane sisamele iphala ukuthi ifike ngicela usisihawhelo nosisijabu baze ngapha ujabu aze ngaphambi ke le dumedisa ka lebitso la marana Jesu. Re tlile ka lerato le kileng a re bontsha lona. Amen. Nana re bitsa Dalisto. Lebitso la Dalisto even the neighbors a ba itse le tlhakae. Le tlhakonna. Lebitso la Dalisto. Cause nkile ka bana le Dalisto from konte ke tsile go khabalatsane. Then Antia. Then ka kopana le Dalisto o montsha ko extension 14 ko Dalisto ke papa ko nna ke friend ke neighbor kura a ke tsinga tlhalosa jang ile motho lerato o mo friendly o tshegang ka dinako tsotlhe. That's why ke fitore today either how pula difako diana ke tlo ba teng. Because he usually say le tlo mpoloka mara bafana baka. Then no ways na re tlo boloka. He usually say Carlo o tlo bolela ka leso laka. Yes, that is the kolong ko teng ke a bolela. Aria o bolele. Then today ki phethahatsa wishes tsa hae. Tse kileng a di bua konna hore ope khahelo o bolele khahelo. So ne ke ba tsahile go taxi ke hey guys sente ko bolela. So wait mo tsa batho ba bang mo lefatsheng. And I don't know why. Ka hore bealo ke ra hore a re ba le ka khotso papa ka cause even le go dula ga bona hala hore something is missing. Somebody high cause ke motho mongwe o mo friend ha hona le dithuto tsa ha ka tlhahella o ba shapo ho mo ya ha o go tlase ha ka tlhahella o ba right. So re ba la ka khotso Dalisto o re shile in a short notice. Ya leboha.
Wangithathala wandibekale uche unokubele. Hallelujah, amen. Nokupela 2 seconds remelle ropele pinae budala Dalisto bradeko ne le motho ka nnete wa mafolofolo motho wa metlae motho wa lore ha nwele na opela difela ha nwele brade
Hallelujah, amen. Hallelujah, amen. Bahayeso ke motho mongwe wa moya. Hallelujah, amen. Bradeko ne le papa, bradeko ne le uncle, bradeko ne le makelwane, bradeko ne le tsala. O ga botsiswa re Jabulo mokana wa chomana le bradeko. Bradeko ne le motho wa wisdom, motho wa botlhale, motho wa bana. Wangitatalana, wangitatalana, wangibegale, uche, hunobubele, uche, so hunobubelinga, uche, hunobubele, uche, so hunobubelinga. Uche, unobubele. Kere khotsa modimo e bele batho. Khotsa modimo e bele batho. Ha se ntho e normal hore moshimane a tsalane le mokhalabe. Ho ka bona moshimane a ba tsome le mokhalabe. O itse hore mothona o gaina something. Mothona o ya somewhere. Hallelujah, amen. Kere bradeko a roba le ka khotso. Ke ithutile tse dintšhi bahaeso tse dintšhi ne le makhelwane front opposite ne ke ra ke tsoa ke re makhelwane a re makhelwane na rata ho usetsa a rata mablomo a rata ditlhare a rata ho iketla a sena tshele le motho re itse re utlwa gore mongwe o re shile ka re bahaeso dark or blue o boletse auskael ka re dark or blue re tlo mmeya bradeko re tlo rera ko bradeko re tlo bolela ko bradeko re tlo mosakisa bradeko wa di ruta ka re some part of us no is missing o ka rena le ntho e kgawileng mo ho rena bahaeso ba ha Komape re latlhehetse a se lena fela bontate a se nna fela bana a se nna fela mme a se nna fela batswadi re latlhehetswe ne le makhelwane ha ke shota ne ke ya go bradeko ha shota na tle go bakhelwane ne re phela le yena bahaeso ke ra moya wa bradeko o re ba le ka khotso o re ba le ka kagiso ba lapa meloko metswalle ke le shia ka verse ya Joshua chapter 1 verse 1 modimo a re Joshua motlhanka wa ka moshe o tlhokofetse empa wena Joshua o tlo tsa setšhaba se wa ya kwa lefatsheng la ditshepiso emella Joshua phumula dikeledi thinte o ba ditšhaba se ba tlo bona tsela se ba tlo ya kanana bahaeso ke le shaka mantswe a Joshua chapter 1 verse 1 a re phumuleng meyogo a re ithinteng a re celebrating bradeko a re celebrating tate Thabiso Komape re mo celebrating hallelujah amen bahaeso re tlhare le ko social move extension 14 o boletsa o sekawelo a kena a mantši ke re meloke metswalle du go motsehang ga le one re ka o fela ga ra skepisi a modimo a re matlafatse a modimo a re tise ke a leboga wa ngithathalana
Wangithathala bo wangithathala sisalindile njalo masithi wangithathala nabo ubradeko ubathathe phi yena wabathathela nabo wabathathela wababe lena uche sunobube lena khona omunye umakhelwane uthi uyaqela sisalinde njalo.
Abadala ngiyabulisa nami ngumakhelwane ngiphume eThembisa social move. Sorry ngoba nami ngikhulela la eThembisa. Udalista mangifika lapha ngithola istand kuye ubaba wangwelcome. Bengazi lutho ngendaba yedene mara bekangibonisa ukuthi la nala kuqala kanje kwenza kanje. Wangibonisa into eziningi, wangifundisa into eziningi. Yonke into ngiyifundile kula baba. Hayi no ngibaba bekafundile bantu. No bengisi ngiyasikhuluma isilungu angicorrect kanti ngiphetile. Udalisto bekumuntu othanda abantu ongananqa nomuntu kodwa makamoshile bewazi uxolisa. Okuningi anginawo amagama amaningi ukuthi nje makalale ngepeace. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga. A giant has fallen. Nesikhathi asikwazi kumcontainer. The last few speakers bathe ubaba umfundisi ngoba bona beba late kancane bayayifakaza lento abayiphikisani nayo. Ra leboga ntate Komape gore mo o tsamaileng teng metlhala ya hao ya bonahala. Sebafikile abantu bethu in terms of ukuthi sihamba njani. Bakayethu sase kule lesife sibi. So ngicela nathi sizorganize kahle. Go tlotswa baruti pele. Go latele the teacher, then the family, and then everybody else atlileng go thega lelapa la Komape ke kopa re ba fe chance. Re ska matha pele go bona re ba fe chance gore le bona ba gone go sadisa hantle. Ke tlo kopa moruti motshweni before re tswa a re kwalele ka thapelo. Ka matsatsi le matsatsi o Jehovah re tshepile we ka matsatsi le matsatsi o Jehovah re tshepile wena.
Sesifikile lesikhathi sokugcina ke lapho siyothatha umzimba ngempela sowubeka endaweni yokugcina. Ozani sonke sithandazeni egameni likayise nelendodana nelomoya oyingcwele. Amen. Thixo somandla mdali wezulu nomhlaba sisondela kuwe futhi ngalomzuzu sigwayizana umzuzu wokugcina sigwayizana lapho sithatha khona lo mzimba sihamba nayo sowubeka endaweni yokugcina. Sela usuhole usinikeza amandla sigwayizane kuze sofinyelela endaweni yokugcina size ngempela siwutshale lo mzimba ngamagama amathathu uThixo bawo uThixo indodana uThixo umoya oyingcwele. Amen. Ngalo mzuzu ke asitholanga ukuthi siyaphi. Ngizocela uprogram director direct ukuthi siyaphi ene nabantu baba bangaki ngoba
The message is re a mabitleng a waterfall ba na leng dikoloi re kopa le tsamaise le ba bang e be re ka tsamaya kaofela go lo sia Ntate Komape. Iwile lembeu yawa 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 lembeu yawa yawe lemsabe iwile lembeu yawa 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 lembeu yawa abe yawa yawa lembeu yawa 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 lembeu yawa 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 lembeu yawa 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 lembeu yawa yawa